The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting group. Access Fort Wayne is a department of the Allen County Public Library. If you or anyone you know might be interested in making a television show, please call 260-421-1250.
Welcome to the Mind, Body, Spirit Show from Fort Wayne, Indiana. You're going to find this to be very interesting because this information I'm going to give to you mainly comes from Europe. Yes, and you'll know exactly who from. So this Mind, Body, Spirit video is about health, how it is taught in England and many other countries by the Public Health Collaboration led by Dr. David Unwin, U-N-W-I-N, and his wife Jen, Jen. You'll get to know them quite well as this show goes on. They wrote a great, easy-to-read book, low cost too. You can get it on Amazon, called Fork in the Road. It's this book right here. And you could probably read it in two or three nights. It is extremely thorough and has enough websites in there that if you look at some of those, you'll be a world expert. Okay, so it's a hopeful guide to food freedom, endorsed by two famous, well-known people, Gary Taubes, you can see their names right on the cover, and Robert Lustig. And what Dr. David Unwin and his wife Jen concluded is that most of us are addicted to sugar. Mm-hmm. And they proved it, and it actually applied to them and their lives. Both were overweight and diabetic. They were working for the British Health Service, a socialistic system, and they also had diabetes. But now they are of normal weight, have no diabetes, on no medications, and also teach in over 22 countries regularly. Let's face it, they are the world's experts, and you will get to know them a lot better time this show is done. As Dr. Unwin stated many years ago, patients with weight problems was rare in the socialistic system. He went to work about 1986, and he rarely saw an overweight person, but that has changed, just like in the United States. Now patients with heart problems, joint disease, cancer, diabetes, were seen more commonly, and mental disease. So he started looking at them more closely, and he learned things from the people that he was seeing. In the U.S., most people are on multiple medications. I and Dr. Unwin have realized that the answer to most illnesses is not medication or surgery, but changes in lifestyle. I've known that for years, and I've written books about it and TV shows. You can go to YouTube, Kachmann, and I have 1,000 TV shows on there. Yes. So Dr. Unwin's wife is a psychologist, working on her own, but also working with Dr. Unwin. So she would tell him things for free most of the time. And what she was saying too is Dr. Unwin and myself, what we were putting fear in people. We were saying, if you don't do this or that, this will happen to you. But she realized that hope, that giving people hope, could play a big role in helping people across the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they took full advantage of it. I and Dr. Unwin were in the habit of telling people what to do. But Jen, his wife, through her experience and things she learned over the years, also included personal goals. This is your hope, that hope we can achieve this next. So that he learned things from her, and so did I. So she recommended, and he did, and I changed. So to create shared goals is important. If they get it well, it will cost less. So that's a great goal. To the patient, you'll say you will live longer, free of disease, is another goal we can tell the patient about. So cutting sugary foods from your diet and the patients and their family is a lot happier. So that's a great goal to tell the patients about. So it saved the English health system, remember it's a socialistic system, a lot of money. They began to realize that. And they wrote this famous book. Remember, it's easy to read, Fork in the Road, A Hopeful Guide to Food Freedom. I encourage you to go to the library or Amazon Books, and you can buy it for less than $10. And some of those on Amazon are $2 or $3. I bought many copies of it. So on page 12, there are pictures of Dr. Unwin and his wife on page 12. That tells the whole story. Pictures of them before they gained knowledge and pictures afterwards, when they were free of their diabetes, had weight loss, and started traveling all around the world to teach what they had gained in knowledge. So Dr. Unwin and his wife realized that people with alcohol addictions, cigarette problems, had similar struggles. Abstinence was the answer. You can't do it. Not half a cigarette, not half a donut. You just have to practice abstinence. So what are our trigger foods? Although I'm healthy, 129 pounds. Yes, this morning, 120 pounds. I'll tell you more of that. They weren't always that. If I look at my pants from 20 years ago, they were a lot bigger, and I kept them, so I know. And so what are our sugar foods? Cornflakes, bread, potatoes. It may take years to eliminate all of them for some people, but if you eliminate a few, you get some peace of mind. If you eliminate most of them, you get rid of chronic diseases like diabetes, which causes 30 to 50 diseases which you can totally avoid, and live to be 100 and play pickleball with me, which I still do. So it certainly is worth it. The proper names of sugars, if you're reading a label, end in "-ose." A starch molecule is multiple glucose molecules together. So our diets contain 3 common sources of sugar. We need to know them: honey, raisins, apples, bananas. Yeah, I love bananas, but they're fairly high sugar. Cakes, biscuits, many low-fat foods are not good for you. So starchy carbohydrates that digest down to glucose, like bread and potatoes, are not good for you, okay? So we have a sugar burden. When you look around and at the people, you realize that many people have the same problem. But I tell you, and if you look at my diabetes lectures, you'll also see in there that you can be thin but still be diabetic. You need to get blood tested, serum insulins, and your blood sugar. Yes, 30% of the normal-looking thin people are diabetic and eligible for many diseases. What Dr. Unwin determined too, so to educate us easier, what he would do is compare a food with the number of teaspoons full of sugar, a visual thing, and it's on his website. And good thing to look at, like a banana, the sugar in a typical banana is about 4.9 teaspoonful. Okay? A raisin, 17. Okay? A chocolate Rice Krispie, 24.4. So he visually demonstrates this to you, and that's available in his book, and you get some idea comparing foods. A raspberry yogurt, 2.4, a lot friendlier. Brown bread, 10.8. Boiled spaghetti, 3.7. Boiled French fries, 5.1 teaspoonful. So basmati rice, 6.8. I mean, there are some nations who eat a lot of rice, but rice is sugar. But it's not 20-something, it's 6.8. A baked potato is 6.3. Just to give you an idea, these are teaspoons full, give you some idea, so visually you can judge a food. Dr. David Unwin's wife took this information and taught patients how to reverse diabetes and other health conditions, and they were both amazed and wrote many scientific papers about it. About 12 scientific papers, which are available on the internet that you could find if you wanted to read them. They even appeared on BBC, the English station, which also can be brought up by us to look at, and I look at it frequently for news. So the BBC show had 4 million viewers. 460,000 people have done the online low-carb program by Dr. Unwin and his wife. Isn't that interesting? They're spreading the information around the world. So they have developed and spoken all over the world, mainly 22 countries, but you can look at their YouTube, David Unwin, Jen Unwin, and watch the shows that they've been having. I do regularly. They also have a national organization, which I joined, I think it was $100, and that's the reason I'm sitting here today, because they sent this shirt to me. So it's about, and on the shirt here it says prevention or prescription. That's the name of the show today, prevention or prescription. So I want you to prevent these diseases, or you're going to take prescriptions, die at a younger age maybe of diseases, and you won't be playing pickleball or tap dancing with me. I'm 89 this year, weigh 129 pounds, plan to live. I used to say 100, but I think I'm aiming for 110. What do you think? Am I gonna make it? We'll see. So, and what they determined is that the majority of people, the reason we're having this problem is that we're addicted to sugar. And how to get over that addiction is greatly described with a lot of internet websites and words and explanation in this book, Fork in the Road. I encourage you to have this. And they have digital editions which are even cheaper. They have used copies you can probably buy for $3. There's 2,000 books in my basement. I read them all because of the TV shows I do. But I bought a lot of them used on the internet, on Amazon, and they are really cheap. $15 book might cost $3. Yes, yes. So a hopeful guide to food freedom. Are you a carbohydrate addict? Who knows? A patient told Dr. Unwin, I could do a face plant in a bowl of rice. Yeah, he's a sugar addict. So most carbohydrate addicts struggle with foods containing sugar and the complex sugars, carbohydrates, often in combination. So UNCOPE is a test you can take as a quick way to screen yourself. UNCOPE screening is a test, and the questions that they ask you in this book on page 28, I don't have time to ask them all now. So the foods that are the most addictive, they're top 10. Okay? Pizza. Oh no. Yes, pizza. Chocolate, crisp, biscuits, ice cream. No, yes. And cheeseburgers, fizzy drinks, cheese, Coke, things you can drink with sugar in them, read the label. So which foods cause the most problems? David Unwin, I remember him and his wife were diabetic, and they were overweight, and they were medical people. They ate several cookies before Dr. Unwin took a shower. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't know at that time, okay? And how can foods be so addictive? Look at our evolutionary history. Thousands of years ago, we ate only certain months a year because food was not available. But now food is available 24 hours a day. You can get up and drive to a fast food restaurant or keep it in your refrigerator and put it together and eat a sugary meal. People do all the time. Look around. I went to a music thing recently, a fest. I would say 70-80% of the people clearly were seriously overweight. Remember, 20% may not be diabetic, okay? And the thin people I saw, remember, 30% of them can be diabetic too. It's your blood tests that count. You need to get a serum insulin. That is the critical test. That's elevated 10 to 15 years before your blood sugar goes up. And changes are occurring in your body for those 10 to 15 years. If you look at my diabetic shows, that's discussed in more detail there. So constant exposure to the drug, sugar, carbohydrates, are part of what triggers sugar food addicts to relapse, Dr. Unwin says. Dr. Unwin said in his history, his sister was a sugar addict. Mm-hmm. His mother was a sugar addict. And what he's saying, apples don't fall from trees, especially apple trees. So they were all diabetic. But he was open-minded and changed their mind. And what's your passport to recovery? Really simple. No sugar, no flour, no processed foods, no trigger foods. That sounds easy, but it's hard to do. Maybe Dr. Unwin, David, and myself put fear in people, what disease they're going to get. Well, Jen would add to it, we need to show them to have a goal, okay? And some love. We need to show them some love, that we really care about them. I think it's a good idea, too, that if you're trying to get rid of your illnesses and diabetes, to work with a friend or a family member. And what he's saying is you won't think yourself out of addiction, but you can act your way out. You need to go to work and do it. So, so which new habit will you try? No donuts, no cornflakes for breakfast. And what he's saying is change your breakfast. Might be a good place to start, and write it in the book and keep track at least for a while. And so sugar stimulates the survival and primitive part of your brain, because they don't want to let you die. So that's still there. So thinking brain is overridden. So which new habit will you try out? Change breakfast cereals for eggs, for example, which is a good protein in them. I eat them almost every day. Give up sugar in your hot drinks. My drink, frankly, is fizzy water with lemon and lime, a very healthy way. But sugary drinks are the most common cause of poor health. That's over 50% of the problem. They should be eliminated. So you may be planning to give up all carbs. Some of Dr. Unwin's group did. His book is written with some other people, and they discuss their problem in there, and that's what they did. So if you're on meds or have diabetes, consult your doctor or an expert, because it'll affect those medications. And you may be taking insulin and you're stopping all bad food. The insulin may be too high a dose, so you need to check with an expert or your doctor. Clear your cupboards and try to find a friend who's doing the same thing, and that's helpful. Keep a logbook in the beginning, at least, and write down what you're doing, so you can check back what you ate 3 days. or even to tell you what's working. Oh, that worked. I started that a month ago. I think an important thing at this stage is to have some tests done. I don't care if you have normal weight. If you're overweight. We need to take a picture of ourselves. What do we look like now, so you compare to a picture in the future? I think that's a good one. And record your weight. Write in a book, what is your weight now, that if you're losing or gaining weight, you can judge your success rate. And get blood tests done. Serum insulin, remember that. And the reason I think that's important, and that should be done, frankly, everywhere, but it's not being done. It's not being done in Fort Wayne, and I checked Chicago, New York. It's not done. They've changed a little bit, but serum insulin, because insulin is elevated 10 to 15 years before the blood sugar goes up. Oh, you're diabetic. Well, you may have been a diabetic for a long time. They might call it pre-diabetes. There's no such thing as pre-diabetes. When the insulin is elevated, insulin is punching holes in your arteries and changes are occurring in your body. Yes, they found that out. The Korean War, Vietnam War, when the soldiers had died, they autopsied some, and they found that Koreans and Vietnamese had no vascular disease. But the American soldiers, although of normal weight, were full of vascular disease. And obviously they're going to die sooner, get diseases sooner. Yes, that knowledge is, and it's been scientifically proven otherwise. So, and I think it's a good idea too. So record it yearly, put in a computer or some health systems record it. In Europe, they record those tests, at least in France, starting at a certain age. I say, and they call it card vitale. I'd like to start a system which is not existent in the use today, that we all have a card vitale. And the day we're born, your health is recorded, and everything that happens to you in the future will be on the card. You can walk into any doctor's office in any state, anywhere in the world, and you can gain your health information. I think that would be a wonderful thing. It's called card vitali. You can look on YouTube, and I did a whole 1-hour TV show on that. So and run your liver test. There are only 3 enzymes, ALT, AST, and GGT, enzymes made strictly by the liver, and you can run those tests yearly and see if they are changing. Dr. Unwin published a lot of scientific papers on that, and you can find those and get those, especially GGT, the enzyme. You can trace changes in the liver that occurred years before, because if there's a lot of fat in the liver, you're more likely to get diabetes. And what's beautiful is to keeping track. If the liver starts changing, as long as your liver has about 25% of it is left, if you have a disease in it, it can be totally reversed and the liver return to normal size. Yes, it's the only organ that does it. The liver can be severely damaged and return to normal size. That has been scientifically proven. Most people don't know that. A lot of doctors don't know that. And so the problem and the remedy, carbohydrate addiction, is just like cigarettes, alcohol, and drugs. you have to get over it. So focus on eating real food and satisfying your cravings. And your cravings, if you're eating real, non-sugary, high-fat foods, your cravings won't have a chance. You won't have will not have a chance. So we need to welcome a fat burner, that you become a fat burner. Fats are essential. We have to eat some omega-3 and omega-6s. The 3s are the friendly ones, but you do need some omega-6s. So myself, age 89, weigh 129 pounds, 89 years old, and I wasn't having any disease, but I 2,000 books in my basement, TV shows all the time. I've done a lot of reading, okay? And I still read every day because that's my stress reliever. That secretes my endorphins. I feel good in the morning because I may be singing a song and reading a book and maybe watching the birds flying, eating around the deer coming up and eating out of the bird feeders. I'm watching this. It secretes my endorphins, my feel-good hormones. Your body is tremendous number of endorphins in your body. The endorphins are even created by our thought process, our happiness, or by nature. You walk in the woods and this secretes endorphins and you feel good. You can hug a tree that secretes endorphins. So I think, and the thing that through my reading and no disease or anything, I read a lot about keto way of eating, which you can see on my other programs. If you eat, say, 2 meals a day, I'm not hungry in the morning because our body secretes about 5 hormones which keep your blood sugar up. And then I go play pickleball till 11, and then I'm not even hungry because the pickleball secreted my endorphins, and I feel so good, but I do eat. And then if you eat a healthy meal, say 2 eggs, some guacamole, and avoid sugary foods, while that's occurring, my body is undergoing autophagia. It is recycling damaged cells, making them whole again, or discarding the ones that have been severely damaged. So fasting, and you can read about it in many books, and it's been going on for thousands of years. There are many different types, but fasting 16 hours. I'm not eating 8 hours. And I'll have an evening meal, and I'll tell you something. If you eat a healthy meal around the first meal or the 2 you're going to eat, it almost doesn't matter what you eat. Yes, for the last meal, yes, yeah, and because sometimes I'll have dessert. People walk by and take a picture and send it to the internet because they know my teaching. Yes, that's happened to me. That's happened to me. So fasting and autophagia, body repair, that's a fast way. You can speed up if you read some other books. They'll have on there 3 meals or healthy food, and that's fine, But if you drop the one, you will very quickly probably get rid of diabetes 2 or 3 weeks. I've had it happen to patients many times. Instead of moving to Florida, I decided to stay in town because I have these TV shows, and people walk up to me. I walk down the street, every third person says something to me that they've seen these shows on public access or YouTube and tell me, you don't know me, Dr. Kachmann. I lost 30 pounds. My diabetes is gone. I feel great. And then I say to them, you're really looking great. And they give me a hug. Happens to me all the time. I can go to a restaurant. They come up to me all the time. Am I bragging? No, I'm giving you this information to tell you that it works. Okay? So we actually burn fat and glucose for energy, but there's actually very little glucose in your body. So that explains the ketone diet. When you eat, the insulin will quickly push the sugar into the cell. But if you're not eating sugary foods, then the insulin goes down, opens up the fat cells, provides some energy, and this goes to the liver and is made into ketones, small molecules of high energy, smaller than glucose, and the body, except that even the brain, your brain can run on ketones. They'll make you feel good. Cancer is a sugar eater. So if you happen to have cancer, the way to get rid of it is to go on a ketone type diet. Cancer takes 13 molecules of sugar to grow, and it does. So sugar is burned first. So when the insulin level goes down, now ketones are used for energy. Yes. Become a fat burner. Ketones are fat. Okay, the molecules are fat, not sugar. So become a fat burner. And while the switch is going on, if you get diabetes, you may feel a little funny for about 2 weeks, and then that passes. Recovery comes when we abstain from the foods, okay? That trigger cravings, overeating. We have to use abstinence to the things we crave. If there are donuts laying there, you can't be eating them. You can't keep them in the house. Get them out of the house. Don't buy them in the first place. Don't go to a fast food restaurant. But when you're addicted to these things, it's not that easy. That's the reason you maybe need to read that book to give you some more information. So half a cigarette or a small drink doesn't work. Abstinence, you don't smoke, you don't consume alcohol. They used to say drinking wine 2 or 3 days a week is just fine, but now the latest science has shown that is not okay. Okay? But remember, the foods you feel you can't live without, you must give up. Okay? I want to tap dance or play pickleball with Dr. Kachmann or your fellow family members. So you have to do these things. Think of these as not foods. These are not foods. Sugar, sweeteners, flour, breakfast cereals, junk foods, alcohol. These are not foods. You must give them up. So you must, in foods to abstain or to be more careful with. Remember, I said the ones you shouldn't bother with at all, but to have occasionally some nuts and seeds, some high sugar fruits. Bananas have in them a lot of electrolytes too. Remember, sugar has no vitamins in it. Fat has A, D, E, and K vitamins in it, okay? Remember, I'm 89. Take only one pill. Vitamin M. Music. I got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah, every morning I sing a song and play some music. I say, Alexa, play Rudy's playlist. It starts playing songs that gets endorphins going. And I may be stretching or dancing to the music. Okay? So for sugar addicts, maybe do better even without coffee. I do drink coffee, nothing past noon. I seem to be okay with it. We're all a little bit different. So a low-carb way of eating gives you food freedom. It's possible to live only on green listed foods. You'll still be alive. Freedom comes with a proper lifestyle. I'm free, I'm eating right. And there are two ways to transition to a new food plan, okay? Either cold turkey, stop it completely, or stepwise. Stepwise doesn't work very well. But if you're eating 30 types of bad foods, maybe to drop a few every few days, some people can get away with that. So you want to change it, you want to get rid of disease, you want to prevent disease. So set a start date. It's so different methods. Get rid of all drug foods, that bread, potatoes, especially restock your fridge and cupboards. Get rid of all the things that are addictive. Discuss with housemates that you might join with and remind each other that you're eating the wrong food. And start with 3 good meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that Dr. Udman and Jen described. But I suggest to make it easier, go to 2 meals. That first one, your body secretes so many hormones in the morning, you don't need to eat breakfast. Breakfast was invented by industry to get you to buy things. Yes. 2,000 years ago or so, or maybe a little less, they didn't eat breakfast. Food was not available, and people did just fine. And so eat and enjoy. Here's some foods I'm going to list for you that you can enjoy. Choose sausages with no added sugar, okay? And eggs, chicken, turkey, fish, shellfish, pork, beef fat. Remember, it's mentioning fat. Fat is not sugar. Fat has vitamins in it. Yeah, has vitamins in it, A, D, E, and K. You need them. Sugar has no vitamins in it. Butter and ghee, G-H-E-E, are healthy. Oils, olive oil, avocado oil. I'll probably eat 1 avocado a day for breakfast. Okay, with the cup of eggs. Yes, and above ground vegetables are much healthier. They don't have as much carbohydrate in them. Cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, zucchini, onions, green beans, vegetables, and green salads. Dressings are often loaded with sugar. So pay special attention to that. Maybe be sure to see what's in this dressing. They can totally ruin a good meal. Also, a lot of proteins it can be wrapped in sugary foods, so you got to learn that. So we're talking about avocados are good, olives, sauerkraut, pickles, lemon and lime, carbonated drinks or water, and coffee is okay, but no sugar. And here's a list of venture with cautions. You can occasionally have starchy vegetables, potatoes. A baked potato is high sugar versus a cooked potato is a little safer. And sweet corns have fructose in them and sugar in them, and you have to be careful, but occasionally one would be okay. So legumes and beans, nightshades, tomatoes, eggplant, peppers, to have those occasionally, but not on a regular basis, okay? And apples, peaches, melons, pears, berries, bacon, cured meats, occasionally, but not every day. And ones to watch out for too are nuts and seeds, especially nut butters. I don't eat peanut butters because they have oxalates in them, and that's another story. I don't have time to tell you all about oxalates, but you need something about it. Some people are sensitive to oxalates only in vegetables. I am, and they can give you kidney stones, and they are painful. So I think your knowledge is gaining, and abstain and refrain from refined table sugar, okay? Natural sugars, honey, maple sugar, sweeteners, alcohol, vegetable seed oils, margarine, canola oil, alcohol, sugary drinks, okay? Fake milks, soy, rice, oat, a lot of sugar in them, grains and starches. And here's 3 you don't want to eat if you want to be healthy, to have some occasionally in limited amount and see how you're doing. Bread, rice, potatoes, pasta, and chips, full of sugar. But if you're fairly healthy to have it occasionally, you'll get away with that. Cookies, pastries, cakes, and candy, obviously, are not healthy. Some smoothies, ice cream, low-fat yogurt, tropical fruits. Tropical fruits are, fruits are all healthy. No, that's wrong. Tropical fruits, bananas, pineapple, have a lot of sugar in them, but to have it occasionally, I think it's okay. Dried fruit is full of sugar. Ketchup, now that's a tricky one. We all use ketchup, but read the label and be careful. Ketchup, it can be very unhealthy. And Dr. Dave's unwin question is, what will happen if you just try one? Probably get away with it, okay? We have, let me give you some healthy breakfast, okay? 2 or 3 eggs, mushrooms, or scrambled eggs and butter, okay? Lunch, have some fish with a salad or veggies, some grilled salmon, and that's fairly healthy. Dinner, have some meat with veggies. Slow-cooked lamb is is also an example. The amounts are not rules. This is not a diet. You can eat a lot of these foods and you will be healthy. Good things to do would be to take some food to work, okay? And I'd like you, remember I highly recommended